Take your hats off, boys.
Who is it, Pa?
Must be poor old Mr. Spencer. Got shot in that holdup.
Hold up, really?
Boo. Boo. Afternoon, Paul.
Oh, hello, Dan. Oh, boys, you see the funeral?
Sure did.
Mm.
Shame.
It's going to keep on like this, you know, until that sheriff of ours clamps the lid on this town. Too many drifters.
Oh, me and Robbie, we snuck up there with this handful of rocks, see? And bang, we let him fly. Oh, you should have seen that old crazy man come barreling out of that shack.
Tell him how ugly he was, Maury.
I'd say he's got to be 7 feet high, and his face is all screwed up. Kind of twisted like this, you know? And then there's all this hair all over his face.
How do you know about his face if he's got hair all around it like that?
You can feel the ugly.
Oh.
Anyway, there's all these bones lying all over the place.
What kind of bones?
Don't know. Ain't never seen nothing like him before.
You really think he's crazy?
Oh, sure he's gotta be. You should have heard him howling those rocks at the roof of that shack. I tell you, it sounded like a wolf howling at the moon.
Chill your blood, that's for sure.
Anyway, he lives up there, all by himself on that hill, with nothing but them sick animals around.
Maury, come inside. Help Mr. Baker with the supplies.
What is Mentale, Paul?
65, Dan. Usually I don't let it get much over 50, but in your case, I know you're good for it, Dan.
Sure a shame about old man Spencer. Real shame.
Come on, Jeremy! Come on, Slowpoke! What'd your pa call those men?
Said it was called Vigilantes or something like that anyway.
Yeah? Well, what do they do?
I don't know. Go after bad men, I guess. My pa says that the blacksmith and a lot of other folks are mad at the deputy for not going after enough bad men.
Well, how many bad men are you supposed to chase if you're a deputy?
Guess maybe 5 a week or so.
Seems like you run out of people in town to chase.
Nah, there's always new ones to chase. My pa says decent people live on farms. Anybody who lives in a town is a thief or makes their living off what thieves steal.
Yeah, well, I bet my pa'd sure do some chasing if it came down to that.
Mine too. I'll bet.
Something must be wrong with the hawks. I can only hear one of them.
What are you doing?
I'm going up.
You're gonna break your neck.
Mm. They've all gone but one of them. It's the rut. What's the matter with you, dummy? Why'd you go with the others?
Can he fly ever?
Nah, you ninny, not never. Just didn't get as much to eat as the others, I guess. Aw, you'll be ready in a few more days, won't you?
Suppose the others might leave him behind?
Nah, probably not. Well, I don't think so, anyway.
Come on, Billy, we gotta go. It's gonna get dark. Paul, kill me.
Go ahead. I'll see you tomorrow.
Get somebody down the road to post a guard.
Boy, here. There ain't enough limb to hang 'em.
Why? We ain't done nothing.
You done plenty and you got caught. Let's get on with it. Please.
Hold him up with a tight rope around his neck.
You men are some of the squatters that moved in here. We burned your squatter shacks. We're the new law in Springer. Ain't no deputies. Ain't no long trials. You four men stole food. You were watched and followed. Your guilt has been judged by us and the penalty handed down. We're the law. And this is our land. Now, we can hang you right here and leave you to show that we mean business. We choose not to this time. We choose instead to let you go. You tell the others, this is our last warning. We don't want bloodshed, but we're going to protect our homes and our families. You've had your chance. There'll be no more. All right, let's get them horses and get the hell out of here. Come on. Ah. Come on. All
Where you been going?
Just fishing and stuff, Pa.
We got more work around here than we can handle, son. Instead of you, running off into the woods to find some more pets to bring home for us to feed, you could spend a little more time around here helping us catch up.
Yes, sir.
You haven't got another pet out there you're fixing to bring home, have you?
No, sir, I don't.
All right.
The dumbest talk ever. Oh, poor little thing. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. Looks like they left you all alone. For someone who can't even have you. You can't make it on your own. I ain't got no choice. I gotta keep you. I just gotta. I have to hide you from my pa until I think of something to do with you.
Well, good morning. What brings you fellas so far from town?
It's Sweeney. He just ain't getting the job done, Dan. How many ways can I say it? Dan, you signed the petition. We thought you was with us on this thing.
Now, wait a minute, fellas. I signed a petition to get more help from the sheriff. I didn't put my name to any mob action.
A properly formed vigilance committee. Ain't a mob.
They can get out of hand.
Not with the right people running it. But then, old man Spencer's murder ain't the only thing that's been going on. There's a bad element been drifting into town ever since the mines opened. They ain't like us. They ain't decent. They're just tramps, Dan. And we owe it to the community to do something about it.
Then go to the sheriff and volunteer as deputies without pay.
That ain't the same. And you know it. You know it. There's just some things that the regular law can't handle. If every able-bodied man was an enforcer of the law, why, this rowdy element, they'd leave town.
What if they didn't leave?
Well, then we'd take action.
Rout them out.
Not necessary.
Burn them out? Maybe hang them?
I'm telling you, none of that will be necessary. Once this element sees that they can't do as they please in Springer, well, they'll move on.
If a man stands against his neighbors, they might get to thinking he's for the other side.
A man would have to be pretty stupid to think a thing like that, wouldn't he? And all my neighbors are smarter than that.
Dan, join us.
Look, Carson, election's only 3 months away, July. You can vote Sweeney out of office, put a man in there who...
There ain't time. Now, Dan, are you with us on this thing or not?
I'm sorry, Paul. The answer's no. Billy? Billy? Come here, boy. You don't agree? Speak up, son.
Well, it seems to me if there are a lot of bad people and they're making it hard for the good people, well, then what's wrong if the good people get together to run them out of town if they get out of line and then the bad people won't bother them, like Mr. Carson said.
What if, us good fellas decided to ride down the road and burn down your friend Jeremy's place?
No, the Sleds is good people.
So? All us good fellas don't like them anymore. So why can't we just ride down there and burn them out?
'Cause it wouldn't be right.
That'd be right if we said it was right. Billy, if a mob can pass judgment on one man, then they can do it to anybody they want to, anytime they want. That's why we have laws, son. Not just to protect us from the bad men, but from mobs of righteous men who can get out of hand.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Billy. What's the matter?
You say one word about my pa, and I'm going to lay into you.
Hey, Billy.
Well, go on.
Huh?
Go on, call him a coward.
You think your pa's a coward?
No, just because he won't sign some dumb old pledge doesn't mean he's a coward.
Well, if that's why you think your pa's a coward, shoot, my pa didn't sign the thing neither. Lots of folks didn't.
I thought my pa was the only one.
My pa don't hold with no man coming out from town and telling him how to think. When folks heard that your pa didn't sign, they figured they weren't going to sign neither.
Hey, I got to show you something.
Got one.
Yeah. He fell out of the tree, I guess. He's going to get it by a wolf.
What are you going to do now?
Well, I was kind of wondering if I could...
Oh, no. My pa said he'd skin and cook the next pet I brought home.
I sure can't bring him home to my place. With all this stuff going on. My pa would hit the roof.
There's only one person in these parts I ever heard of that knowed about taking care of a sick critter. The crazy man.
Forget it. I'm not going to go up. You heard what Maury and them said.
I know, but he's supposed to know about taking care of sick critters.
Yeah, well, forget it. Hello? Hello?
Thought you were gonna mess around with the crazy old man, huh? Not this time, Sonny, not this time. Huh. I got you. Got you good that time, huh? He's too small. Have to throw him back. All right, you can get up now, Sonny. You try to run, and I'll jerk you down again. Come on, get up. Yeah. So you thought you was going to roust the crazy old man, huh? Throw some rocks in my house. Scare my animals. Is that what you thought? Uh-huh. What you got there? What you got in there? Some critter? Some critter to throw in my house? A skunk, maybe, huh? Is that what you got?
No, sir, it's a hawk.
Hawk? How'd a runt like you get hold of a hawk? What'd you do? Stun him with a rock, huh? Is that what you done?
No, he fell out of a tree. A wolf was going to get him. I think he hurt his wing. I came up here kind of hoping that you'd help me fix him.
Help? Will you come to me for help? Well, I sure said, well, see, I'm sorry. I really am. I thought you was one of them roughnecks that come up here a while back. Are you all right?
Yes, sir.
Well, good. Well, my name's McGraw. You can call me Mac or Mr. McGraw, either one you like. I take exception to crazy man, though, if you don't mind.
Mine's Billy Baker.
Billy. Well, let's just take a look at this here hawk. Since you come to me for help, yeah. It's Red Tail, huh? Kind of runny, though, ain't he?
You know something about hawks?
Sonny, I know everything about hawks. Listen here, don't seem to be hurt too bad. Okay, now you fetch him right along over here to my shed where it's dark, and we'll have a good look at him. Come on. Come on. Just set him right there on the table. You know, you're in luck, Sonny. I just let loose 2 owls that I was healing in here.
Yeah, I saw them outside. You must like it, seeing as how they hang around.
I said I was healing them. I didn't say they was none too smart. You can help me with something now. Here, take this tobacco and hold it in your hand. I'll use this sack, this tobacco bag, to put over our friend here. All right, Mr. Hawk. Now, if he doesn't object, I'll put this pouch over his head until I can make him a proper hood. You see, you keep his head covered, and he stays pretty calm. Shh. Now, be real quiet. He feels nice and peaceful with his new nightcap on. And then, when he gets hungry and he wakes up in the morning, he'll find out who his real friends are. Come on. Give me the tobacco. You know, you were right about his wings, but he ain't hurt too bad. He'll heal up in a couple of weeks and be ready to go. But he sure is a run, ain't he? Yeah. But no matter. I tell you, when you see him spread his wings and fly out over that mountain, it makes your spine tingle.
Sir, I bet it does.
You know, I don't see as many red tails around here as I used to. Or any other critter, for that matter. Did you ever see a peregrine?
Yeah, I think I've seen pictures of them. They're sort of short and black and white, and they walk funny.
No, Sonny, you're thinking of a penguin. A peregrine's a falcon.
Oh.
Now, son, now I know that you want to train that hawk.
No, sir. I just want to get him well, like you said.
Oh, well, then that's what we'll do.
Sure do have a nice place here. Them all your critters?
Just strays and orphans that I found that needed fixing up.
You ever train any animals?
You mean, like hawks?
You know, I guess so.
A few. 10 or 12, I guess.
10 or 12? It's a few, all right.
Yeah, that's a few. Hard to train, though. Never know when a hawk may decide to leave for good and never come back. They're funny that way. No telling when they'll decide to do it, either.
How'd you know I wanted to train him?
You're a boy, ain't you?
Well, you ain't a boy and you train him.
Well, a boy is a boy. Sally, you know, it might be best if we just let that hawk go when he's well. If he was still in the wild, why, he'd be dead anyway. You see, he's the run of the litter, and well, nature has a way of dealing with things like that. Now, just because you come along and...
Ain't I part of nature?
Oh, yeah.
Well, then if we're gonna let him go anyway, what difference would it make if we let him go in the middle of training? If he don't want to stay, ain't no one gonna keep him here.
Won't be no crying when that hawk flies away. I won't have you being down the mouth now when that happens.
No, sir, I'm 12.
Oh, well, I didn't know you was that old.
I can come up here every other day or so.
What are you going to tell your folks?
Oh, they won't mind.
Lie to them? Now, you can't lie to your folks.
No, sir.
They ask, you got to tell them. They don't want you coming up here with the old crazy man. Why, you got to quit coming up.
Oh, you ain't crazy.
Well, it must be, since I'm going to help you train that hawk.
Mr. McGraw. You want me to bring anything next time?
No, we got everything we need up here, Sonny. Just bring that big heart of yours.
Paul, what makes a man go off and live by himself away from everybody?
That's kind of hard to say, son. Depends on the man, I guess.
Yeah, I just wanted to know.
Well, who are we talking about? Maybe if I knew who the man is, I could tell you.
No, and I just wanted to know.
Thinking about going off on your own, maybe?
Not me, I'm just a kid.
Well, when you grow up, then.
Maybe. I don't know, people just seem to have a way of messing things up. Would you think I was crazy if I went off on my own someday?
You're forgetting I was about your age when I was on my own. Didn't have any parents to mess things up for me.
I didn't mean that you were messing things up.
I know. Billy, you got to learn to control your own life. Folks can help you along, kind of point out the general direction sometimes, but nobody can really show you the way as such. Any man says he can is either after votes or money, or he just plain don't know what he's talking about. Here. John. How's the family? What's the matter, old man Carson? Raised the price of flour again?
Might say that.
I did it.
Oh,
I want to see the crazy man.
really? What happened?
Oh, he ain't crazy at all. He's real nice, and he's going to help us chain the hawk.
That's great. What luck.
Jerry, you finished loading that wagon now.
Pa did it, Billy.
Did what?
Signed the pledge. He had to, or Carson was going to cut our credit off.
I hate to do it, Dan, but things are tight, real tight, and I just can't extend any more credit. Like I said, real sorry.
Never thought I'd see the time when things were that tight with you, Paul.
Well, they are.
Chances are, if I'd signed some kind of a pledge, things might just loosen up some, huh?
Now, it ain't like that.
Sure, I know.
Dan, this whole town is in a fight for its life. If we can't count on folks like you to stand up for decency...
Decency? It's decency that keeps me from coming over this counter. Because it sure as hell ain't respect.
And the good Lord sent his chosen people into the new land. And he told them to subdue the land, to work hard, obey his laws, and to prosper. He told them of the terrible law of the just. A life for a life. Eye for an eye, and a hand for a hand. A stern, yea, even a cruel code, brothers and sisters, and yet 'twas the word of God. There is in our community a growing lawlessness. There's been talk of a vigilance committee. Now, it is not the place of a church or a man of God to speak of political matters. Render unto Caesar that which is Caesar's, and to God that which is God's. As for a vigilance committee, I can speak neither pro nor con. But if, after prayer and deliberation, you decide you must take stern action for the sake of justice and righteousness, then I say to you that God's word does not stand against you.
I'll be damned.
Please, turn to page 87 in your hymnals.
We're leaving.
Onward, Christian soldiers,
marching as to war, with the cross of Jesus.
In front of my family. In front of my wife and son.
Dan, I'm sure he wasn't singling you out from all the others.
No? You see the way people look at us? Damn it, the handwriting's on the wall now. I was afraid this would have happened. Using the preacher. What a stinking thing to do. Well, can't blame him, I guess. Carson's one of his biggest contributors.
Now, the preacher wouldn't sell a sermon.
You don't think so? He just did. Yeah.
Going on before.
Ooh, good. Good. Let's try it again. If Few times, maybe. He's not so dumb after all. You see, this is the first step. Okay.
Well, what's the next step?
Well, the next step is we throw some meat out in front of him. Then he goes out after it. Then in no time at all, we'll have him chasing a lure.
And then we can fly him?
Well, maybe it's a good idea if we let him fly without us. You know, he's just a runt.
I won't be too long, son. Why don't you run over to Monday's and see if that harness is ready?
Yes, sir.
Morning. Name's Dan Baker. My wife said you stopped by our place yesterday. You wanted to see me?
Sure did, Mr. Baker. Add Sweeney. Have a seat. Sorry to bring you into town in the middle of the week like this. Sure you had better things to do.
I do. But a visit by the sheriff to the town of Springer is kind of rare. I didn't want to miss it.
Well, I've been having such a good time in 5 other towns in this county, I just couldn't tear myself away from all that. Figured the killing of my deputy here in Springer required more of a personal touch.
Botsford?
That's right.
Well, that old man never heard a soul in his life.
I always figured that's a drawback in his line of work. But he was a good friend of mine.
Wasn't there something you could do to stop all this before...
Mr. Baker, at one time or another, I have offered to make every man in this town a deputy. But it seems to me that they're too busy hanging out down there in Carson's store or running around at night with these flour sacks over their heads. Every one of them. Except you.
Well, it's my wife. She won't let me out nights.
Baker, I got a county on fire here, and I got 2 months to put it out. I'll be voted out of office, and one of them flour sack heroes can take over. But until that time, I gotta stop this thing that's happening. Now, seeing as how you and I are about as popular as the plague around here.
Hey, Billy.
Hey. Mr. McGraw! What are you doing in town?
Well, crazy old man's got to come down once in a while for supplies. What about you?
My pa's seeing the sheriff. I can't come up today. I'm real sorry. Well, how's the hawk?
Well, his wing is mending. Oh, I made something for you. There's a whistle. We'll use it in training him.
Oh, that's nice. It's real nice. Thank you.
Now, mind you, it may not work. If that hawk decides to take off, there ain't no amount of whistling or hollering or crying that's going to make him come back.
It'll work. I know it will.
Don't go to tooting it around the house. Your folks won't like that a bit. Your pa probably thinks we're crazy enough as it is, training this hawk and all that.
He sure would if he thought about it much.
You didn't tell him?
No, sir. He wouldn't mind. It's just that...
Well, I think he would. And I don't think it's right for you and me to be acting as worried. So why don't we just wait for a better time, then we can...
But there ain't gonna be a better time. We gotta do it now.
Listen, son.
Get away from that boy. What do you think you're doing?
What business is it of yours, sir?
Being on the Vigilance Committee makes it my business. And my duty. You that crazy man, ain't you?
He ain't crazy.
Easy, boy.
He's my friend, and we're just talking, so leave us alone.
You need some manner.
I'll decide that, Chapin.
What's the problem here, gentlemen? Maybe I can help. How you doing there, McGraw?
All right.
Hello, young man.
Come in.
I'm sorry. I don't usually snoop, but
What can I do for you, Mrs. Baker?
offer me a chair.
Oh, I'm sorry. Please, sit here. Yes. Well, I think I know why you're here, and if you feel that Billy's being up here is a problem, I understand. And you see, your son Billy is already...
Mr. McGraw, on my way up here today, perhaps I was both concerned and curious about how my son has been spending his time. But he told me about this fine man who stays close to himself, causes no trouble, and has been kind to him. He's also told me about a man who is a teacher. Aren't you that man?
He's a fine boy.
I'm Jenny Baker, Mr. McGraw, and I'm pleased to meet you.
Well, I'm pleased to meet you, Jenny Baker.
Now, how about letting me see my son's hawk? I've heard you can make him do anything. Talk, dance, even sing.
Well, anything but dance. He has two left feet. He's over in the shed. Would you come over?
Sure.
When are you going to start growing up, boy? When are you? When?
I don't know what you're getting so excited about just because I got me a hawk.
Town being torn to pieces, Valley going up in smoke. Vigilantes trying to force me into joining them. We're cutting off our credit. And a few people would probably like to see me dead. And you running off with some old fool up on a hill messing with a hawk.
Dan, please.
No, ma'am. This is between me and that boy. He's got to learn responsibility. I'm not going to have him sneaking off across the mountain when we got all these problems here. Now, you listen to me, boy. I don't want you seeing that old man again. Do you understand me? Huh?
Yes, sir. I ain't never gonna forget this, Pa.
Now, wait a minute.
Billy and that hawk are the only things in this whole damn valley worth saving. Don't you see? You just go ahead and train that bird. You and Mr. McGraw train him good.
I'm sorry, honey. I was wrong. I was too hard on the boy. I'm sorry.
I know you are. I think Billy must be too.
I hope so. You know, that old man, he's different. They may go after him next. If they do, where's that gonna leave Billy?
No worse off than here with us. Haven't you heard? There's a vicious rumor around town that you're different, too.
You know, he's doing a lot better than I figured he would, that's for sure.
Always knew he was smart.
Yeah, you did at that. Yeah, I figure he's about far enough along now that he could have a visitor or two. What about that friend of yours that likes critters? Jeremy, is that his name?
Yeah.
Well, why don't you bring him up here next time you come, huh?
Oh, you mean it? He's just been waiting to meet you after all the things I told him about you.
Now, I wonder what that could have been.
Just that you and him are the best friends that anyone could have.
Well, that goes likewise, sonny. Well, it's getting about time you get home and do your chores. Get going.
Okay. Bye, Mr. McGraw.
You get the idea, old man?
Hey, Mr. McGraw!
Oh, good morning. Well, I'm pleased that you could come and visit, young man. Jeremy, is it?
Yes, sir. How do you do, sir?
Oh, just fine, thank you.
What have you been doing?
Well, I had a little accident last night, so I've been doing a little repair work. Billy tells me that you like animals same as he and I do.
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm sure you'll want to meet Mr. Baker's hawk. I put him out so he could get some sunshine this morning. Well, go on over. He's right over there.
Gosh, Billy. He sure is a beautiful hawk.
See how big he is? He's gonna be ready to hunt pretty soon.
Well, now, it's a good thing you come today, Jeremy. The bird's in a good mood, and he's got a couple of new lessons coming today, right, Billy?
All right.
See, what we try to do is fly the hook on this line. He gets the exercise that Billy figures he needs. And he gets the idea that he can't fly off and leave us when we let him go.
Well, he's never really flown before. I don't know if he's ready or not.
If he's not ready, he better get ready.
What if he can't fly?
He can fly.
Gosh, Billy, this is going to be exciting.
Tell you what, Jeremy, you better stand back there and out of the way, because no telling what this fool bird's going to do when we let him go.
I'll stand real still so as not to scare him.
Well, that'll be real fine. It's nice to work with people who understands animals. Right. Give him a little warning by lowering your arm, and then you toss him.
Look at him, look at him. Did you see him? Did you see him?
You'll get him, we'll do it again.
Oh, he was so strong, and he could have flown right over that mountain.
Yeah, I noticed.
Gosh, Billy, he's the most beautiful hawk I ever saw.
Well, you want to go get him, Sonny? You figured on letting him sit out there all day. Go get him. I think we'd better let our bird get some rest. He's had quite a workout today. You get up there and get yourself some fresh air. Okay? I'd like you fellows to help me with a little matter. Then we can have some cookies that I made last night, okay?
Sounds good to me.
I need to take that fawn down the hill and turn her over to her mother.
Turn her loose.
Yeah, it's time.
But you raised that thing. Heck, it's yours. Don't you want her anymore?
I want it, all right. I'm a jelly heart inside. But it's time this critter was turned loose. It's past time. Well, it's got to be done. You think we should let our friend Jeremy go in there and get her?
Go ahead.
Hey, Jeremy. Don't let her loose. Be careful. She's fast. She's quick. She's just a baby. I wanted you boys to come along with me. It's kind of hard for me to give her back to mother. Yes, come on. You got to try it on your own, Missy. You sure do. You've got to try it on your own. You'd get so tame around here that you wouldn't be no good in the wild. Then you'd be beholden to me the rest of your life. Yeah, yes, you would. Take off the splint there, will you? The wild thing has got to be wild, Missy. Oh, your mama. There she is.
Okay, smile, folks.
Now, you keep your hat on if you're going to sit out in this hot sun.
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Baker, I'm truly sorry to take your husband away from you on a day like this with all the celebrating. Well, volunteers are a bit scarce these times. I do thank you, though.
You two better get going or you're going to miss the celebration.
Okay, bye, Pa.
You have a good time, son.
I will.
Don't eat too much. I'll just get going myself. I'll be at that county seat before nightfall over there. I don't expect anything much going to happen. Usual drunks, firecrackers scaring the old folks, things like that. I don't think you'll have to do anything except just be here. They know you. They know what you stand for. And I am much obliged to you for helping.
It's all right.
Okay.
Have a nice ride.
Well, a hot one anyway. Adios.
Happy Independence Day.
What'd you say?
Happy Independence Day.
And ladies, I assure you, our town will grow and prosper. And largely through our efforts, we will have the peace and quiet we all deserve.
You didn't get into any trouble, did you?
Nope, but I won first prize in sack race.
Land sakes, that's a pretty ribbon you got there.
Evening.
Evening. Evening, Mr. Layton.
Somebody broke in my shop.
The fix-it shop?
That's right, two of them. Bust in the back door, stole most of his tools, and $11 cash money. What are you going to do about it?
Well, the first thing I'm going to do is go down there and have a look-see.
It's already been done. We know who broke into Joe's place. We want to know if you're going to take him, or do we have to do it?
You said you knew who done it. How?
They were seen.
Yeah, some of the boys saw him carrying a tote bag into the boarding house. Now we're covering the front and back, and we got men on the roof next door.
You gonna go after him?
Sounds like an ultimatum to me.
You can call it anything you want. I'm giving you a chance, God only knows why. If you think we're gonna
Now, just a minute. Let's get one thing straight. I'm the constituted law around here. I'll go down and talk to him. But all you're gonna do is observe.
What are we gonna do, spend all night here out back talking about it?
home, my pa licked me good. Thinks Mr. McGraw's a crazy man. He don't take no stock in crazy men. He thinks if I go up there, I'll become a crazy man, too. Can't go up no more, Billy. Please tell Mr. McGraw I'm sorry.
I will. Just wonder if my pa thinks I'm crazy if I go up there.
I don't know.
Sure wish your pa changed his mind. If only your pa can meet Mr. McGraw, he'd know why we like him so much. Maybe when things change around here, maybe he'll change his mind.
I don't know if things will ever straighten out.
Hey, the fireworks are gonna start. Come on, let's go.
Of course, I'm sure. He said they were going to blast them right out of the boarding house if they had to. Now, come on, or we're going to miss the shoot.
Now, their room is the first one off the side steps, right up there.
I'm going up.
We'll go with you.
Maybe you didn't understand me. Nobody's going up there but me. Now, if I have to throw you in jail, I will.
All right, all right.
It looks like we're gonna need an undertaker.
Man, as much as they got a winch to pick them up.
Dan? Dan?
I only got him. I think that's my husband. Sure started good.
What have I done?
Well, I have nothing else. Sure,
Baker. Ought to heal fine. Small scar, maybe.
Which oblige, Doc. I started in the room and somebody hit me from behind. I'll pay you as soon as I can.
I'll pay.
No, thank you.
Dan, I said I'll pay. At least let me do that much.
I'd rather not.
I can do that. There's not much else I can do. Dan, please. I started this thing, and 2 men have been killed. It's my fault. Let me help you, Dan.
All right. Maybe this will be the end to it. Thanks again for your help, Doc. Jenny?
And if there's anything else I can do, I'll do it.
That's nice to know. Thanks.
Doesn't matter how long we've been training him. When that bird takes to the air, he's free to do as he wishes. If he comes back, I think he will. It'll be because he wants to. Well, I'd say it's a perfect day for flying our friend here.
So beautiful, Mr. McGraw.
Go on, Billy. Go on. Don't be afraid.
Please come back to me. He's getting kind of far away. Don't you think we should call him back?
Yeah, give him a try. Try it again, son.
He can't hear it. He's gone.
You and me, we made a bargain, son, about that hawk. He's free to do as he pleases, so just let him find his own way.
Come on, let's go.
Well, I'll be dadgummed. Come on, you old buzzard. So, you finally changed your mind, huh? You know what you did? Huh? There's a boy down there, all alone with a broken heart. That's what you did. You ought to be ashamed. Yeah. Sonny, you got a visitor.
He did come back.
Yeah. He decided to come back to you.
I guess he just had a few things he had to do.
I think that's exactly right. Well, we better let him sit a while and get used to being on the ground again.
I'll go get him some meat so we can feed him.
Good idea.
What you gonna do, Billy boy? Run and tell your pa?
Some deputy. Vigilantes had to come and save his skin for him.
Now, you listen to me, boys. I've staked this land, and you're trespassing.
You talk real big, old man.
What are you doing this for? Why don't you just get out of here?
You know, I don't like you, Billy boy. Don't like him.
He ain't hurt you none. Why don't you just leave us alone?
Living by himself, acting so high and mighty. Hey, a man don't mess with animals. Keeps his nose to the grindstone. Don't have time for playing and lording over other folks. What the hell are you laughing at?
I was just thinking about that meat last night. It was so tame. The old man must have been playing with it, too.
What are you talking about?
Just our supper last night. That doe walked right up to us like she wanted a handout or something. Easiest shot I ever had.
You didn't shoot that fawn's mother.
I told you he was training the darn thing.
Get you for this Billy boy. First I want to have me a little fun. Get off! Get off!
No closer, old man.
Let me have a look at him. I can help him.
I told you. Stay away. Come on. Come on. Let's go into town and get the doc. Come on. Get up.
I'll get you for this, old man. I'll get you.
Come on. Come on.
What does it look like in town?
I'd say with all the rumors going around down there, this thing's been opened up for anything, including killing. A few of them hotheads down there are convinced that old man's crazy. He's a menace. I think they're going to try to run him off that mountain, and I think they're going to try to do it tonight.
We can't let that happen. And Paul and I will do anything we can to help you.
All right, gentlemen. It's going to be the three of us.
Paul,
Yeah.
they ain't really gonna do all those things to Mr. McGraw, are they? I mean, he ain't hurt no one.
Son, sometimes all you have to do to make people fear you and hate you is be a little different. Be a good boy.
Paul, please let me come with you.
You stay here, get a good night's sleep. We got a lot of chores to do in the morning.
Dan, it's getting late. We have to leave now.
Don't you worry.
No, we won't. Hey. He's gonna be all right. He really is gonna be. It's gonna be fine. Billy,
Yes, ma'am.
don't worry now.
Yes, ma'am.
Night.
Night.
Billy? What are you doing out here, boy? That's gonna pour. Let's get under cover, under the tarp there. Here, boy.
You should have stayed home, son.
Oh, but I can help you keep watch. Where's Mr. Carson?
The other side of the rock. Drink some of this. Warm up the inside.
Come.
No sign of swing. He must have gotten out of town before he could stop him.
How'd it be if I cover the other side?
Good idea.
Right. Okay.
I want you to hold it right there. Turn around, go back to town. You got no business on this mountain.
Paul, if you got an extra gun, I can...
Oh, boy. Tell you what you can do.
Who's that?
You can get up there and let McGraw know what's happening. Our job is to try to save McGraw's hide if we can. If you want to help, get up there and warn him. You stay there and wait for me. Horse is over there behind the tree. Go on.
I want you all to go up the mountain on that side. Rest of us go up the other way. Come on.
He ain't gonna shoot us. Keep on going. I'll meet you at the old man's cabin.
What's wrong?
You gotta go. They're gonna get you, the Vigilantes.
Take it easy, take it easy. Tell me, what's going on?
They're coming. You gotta run. You gotta go. You gotta hide. My pa, he's trying to hold them off, but he can't hold them off all day. They're gonna hurt you.
Vigilantes, huh?
All right, you fellas, turn around, go back. Go home to your wives and your kids.
That's the law. You ain't stopping us from doing what needs to be done. Or you're gonna have to shoot your own neighbors, Carson. You're gonna have to kill your own boy. Come on.
All right? Take those things off your faces. Let's see how brave you are in the daylight. Take them all.
Dan, they got past me. They're on their way to McGraw's.
Get off that horse.
Huh?
Oh, we weren't gonna do nothing.
I'm ashamed of what I did. But I'm disgusted with the sight of you.
Now, Billy, I want you to make sure that our friends who are left here are taken care of and then set free.
Yes, sir. Okay. Are you going for good?
Yes, I'm going for good.
Well, I want to thank you for all the help you gave me with the hawk.
Oh, that's all right, son. You know, I enjoyed that. But you're going to have to take care of him yourself now.
I can't do that. They just shoot him down. I have to shoot him down because what he did to Maury. I don't know. My pa, see, I don't know where he is or if he's dead or alive or anything. And he didn't want me to have the hawk.
Listen, I don't know what to say.
I'm okay. You better get now.
Goodbye.
Be careful.
I will.
Get out of here! Go on! Get! Go on.
Where is he, boy? Where's the old man?
He's gone. He left. He left for good.
Yeah, we'll just make sure of that. Burn it.
You all right, son?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Billy. McGraw, where's McGraw?
It's okay, Pa. He left for good. Up there.
Hey! Baby! Hello. Hello, baby. Hello, baby.
Up there.
That isn't your hawk up there, is it?
No, sir. Not now, it ain't.
I'm sorry, son.
I am too, Pop. If I say anything bad about you, I'm sorry.
We all got our doubts. It's part of life, part of growing up.
I love you, Pop. I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's all right, Billy. It's all right. It's all right, boy.